verified impeachment complaint. Ulitin ko, pag sinabing verified, hindi porke linagyan mo ng titulong verified impeachment complaint, yung iyong complaint, verified na yon. Merong legal and technical meaning yung verified complaint. Etong verified impeachment complaint, kahit silipin ninyo sa ating saligang batas, kinakailangan niya based sa iyong personal knowledge or authentic document. Ganun din sa rules of court, ganun din sa rules of procedure ng mismo mababang kapulungan. Hindi natin kine-question kung meron silang authority o kapangyarihan to initiate impeachment complaint. Malinaw din yun sa ating saligang batas. We're not questioning that. Nasa kapangyarihan ng mababang kapulungan mag-initiate ng impeachment complaint. But yung laging sinasabi at naririnig ninyo mga miyembro ng traditional and new media, the spring cannot rise above the source. The source of the power of the House of Representatives is none other than the Constitution. Hindi maaring mas mataas pa sila at makapangyarihan sa ating saligang batas. Malinaw sa ating saligang batas, verified impeachment complaint. Now, dapat bang bigyan daan ito ng Senado? Alam ho ninyo, kung ako naroon na sa Senado, ako lalabanan ko ito. Subalit ngayon wala pa tayo, sa tingin ko dapat hindi aksyonan ito ng Senado dahil nga yung pinaliwanag ko. Hindi maaaring verified impeachment complaint ito ng 215 congressmen. Paano? You just have to do the math. Paano makakapirma yung 215 congressmen following the very strict requirement of the
charge ng printing? Kasi doon na siguro yun, bago piniprinta nila, nabila pa na yung 200.
No, that's why we are trying to find out saan nangyari itong manipulasyon ng Bicameral Conference Committee report. Malinaw yan. Pagkatapos ng Bicameral Conference Committee report, they will have a choice. Ratify ba nila, which they did? Will they approve it, which they did? Will they sign it? They signed it. Will they file it? They filed it doon sa House of Representatives Bills and Index Service. Pagkatapos yung tapos na, wala nang ibang pwedeng gawin. Maaaring nagkaroon ng halaga yung mga blankong items sa printing, tama ka. Kaya hinahanap natin yung kopya ng enrollment.
Meron po ba kayong sir? Meron kayong suspect? Sino yun? Gusto namin malaman mo
you have to remember that at the end of the day, I am a lawyer, so I'm very careful for things that I do not know personally. I am doing our investigation, we are doing our case build-up. Hanggat ngayon, wala silang maipakitang kopya ng enrolled bill. Meron kaming nakita, bago pa man nila isiping galawin, meron kaming nakita, because they keep on referring us doon sa archive department or archive section ng House of Representatives. So we did, we went to the archive section of the House of Representatives. Ang aming nakita doon ay kopya ng enrolled bill na nawala na yung mga blanco. Pero hindi ito pirmado ng Senate President, hindi ito pirmado ng Speaker of the House, hindi ito pirmado ng Senate Secretary, hindi rin ito pirmado ng Secretary General ng House of Representatives. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi mong archive section, di ba pag sinabi mong archive section, repository, taguan ng mga original. So yun ang aming nakita at wala pa silang maipakita hanggang ngayon ng kopya ng original enrolled bill. At yan, uulitin ko, yan ang pinag-uutos ng Korte Suprema. Ilabas ng House of Representatives ang kopya ng enrolled bill, hindi ng GAA. Hindi ng GAA. So yung sinasabing labanan ng fake news, labanan natin yung isang fake news ng isang kilalang broadsheet at banner story niya, inutusan daw ng Korte Suprema ang mababang kapulungan na ilabas ang original copy ng General Appropriations Bill. Mali, sapagkat ito po yung kopya ng order ng Korte Suprema. Babasahin ko lamang ho para malinaw tayo, labanan natin yung fake news. Nakalagay po rito sa paragraph C, respondents, yun po yung Senado at House of Representatives, respondents are likewise required to submit by personal service not later than February 24, 2025 at 12 noon the following documents. Number 1, original copy of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill and original copies of the 2025 or copy of the 2025 General Appropriations Enrolled Bill. Walang sinasabing GAA dito.
Before sa ibang question, let's acknowledge ni Attorney Jamie Bondok for Senator Ren, number 10 sa balota. Okay, sige.
Hello po, good afternoon, Attorney. Hello. Good afternoon, Attorney. Jesse po from
Hi, Jesse.
EPP. I'd like to know po, kasi kilala po kayo na naging bahagi po ng
Yes.
administration
Yes.
po. And then ngayon po, nandito na po kayo sa slate po ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. If given po na wala po yung parang political color or ano po yung magiging tututukan po sana nating mga plataforma is po na palarin po tayo for the upcoming elections. And ano po yung parang magiging priority programs po natin para sa mamamayan.
Hanggang ngayon, para klaro tayo, ako ay nag-file ang aking kandidatura bilang independent. Kasama ko yung hakbang ng Maisog at ginawa kong very clear yan. When I filed my certificate of candidacy, binibigyan kami mga nag-file ng candidacy ng kaunting oras magpahayag doon. At sinabi ko, you can review the footages or records of when I filed my candidacy, na ako'y kumakandidato bilang independent dahil ang aking katapatan ay sa Republika ng Pilipinas lamang. At ang aking nais kapartido, kaalyado at kasama, kayo, sambayan ng Pilipino. And pag tayo ay senador ninyo, tututukan ko ang taunang pagpasa ng national budget. Because I believe the alpha and the omega of the corruption in our country is rooted sa ating national budget. Kinakailangan natin bantayan yan. Saan ka nakakita na binigyan mo ng zero funding ang PhilHealth na kung saan yung mahihirap nating kababayan, yung mga senior citizen, yung mga persons with disability, at yung mahihirap nating kababayang Pilipino ay nakaasa, binigyan mo ng zero funding. Saan linagay ng Marcos administration? Anong prioridad? Yung AKAP at yung AIX na wala namang proven societal benefit. Walang napatunayan yung AKAP at AIX. Maghanap po kayo ng kahit isang benepisyaryo ng AKAP at AIX na kayang magpatotoo at magbigay ng testimonya na bumuti ang kanyang buhay dahil sa AKAP at AIX. Ayaw ng Pilipinong nanlilimos. Kayong lahat ay nagtatrabaho. Ang kinakailangan natin ay oportunidad. Ang kinakailangan natin ay trabaho. Ang kinakailangan natin ay negosyo. At ang kinakailangan natin, irerespeto yung dignidad natin bilang tao. Ayaw naman nating habang buhay nanlilimos eh. Walang gustong manlimos, pero yon ang ginagawa ng administrasyon ito. Babantayan ko yung tao ng budget at kinakailangan ko, mahirap naman mag-isa, kinakailangan kong tulungan rin ninyo ang ating mga kasama sa Team Suka. Uulitin ko, ang suka ang kalaban ng tanso, ang suka ang kalaban ng Peking Ginto, at ang suka ang tutugi sa mga nambubudol. Kaya tulungan din ninyo si Senador Attorney Jamie Bondok.
Sorry. One last follow-up lang po, Attorney. You mentioned independent po tayo. Sa tingin po natin, disadvantage po ba to or may advantage po tayo ngayon being an independent candidate, especially na we're here in Cebu na known po siya as a vote-rich country?
Well, kung ang pag-uusapan nating disadvantage ay dahil wala akong resources, hindi ko tinitingnan disadvantage sapagkat klaro sa akin, nung bago ko tinanggap yung hamon na pamunuan ng tunay at maisog na oposisyon sa Senado, wala talaga akong materialis. Wala akong funding, wala ako lahat. Subalit, bilang tao, prinsipyo ko, I just cannot allow to compromise my independence as well. If I want to be of service to the people, I have to protect my independence. Dahil pagdating ng panahon at tayo'y senador ninyo, senador ako, hindi lang ng iisang partido, kung hindi ng lahat ng Pilipino. And that's what I intend to do mula pa nung ako ay nagdesisyong kumandidato bilang senador ninyo.
Thank you po.
Good afternoon. Ako mabilis lang. Kay Attorney Vic Rodriguez at saka kay Attorney Jamie Bontoc, no? God willing, makaupo po kayo as one of the incoming senators po. Yung pag-resist po ninyo sa mga budget na yan ng ayuda and all, paano kung kayo na sa sarili-sarili ninyong mga opisina ang mangailangan? At paano din po ninyo lalabanan yung current practice na ngayon na liquidation by mere certification?
Let COA do its job. Hindi trabaho ng senador na yung resolution number 10, yung allowing liquidation by mere certification, kinapon mo na agad yung COA. Malinaw sa ating saligang batas na ang tanging ahensya lamang na maaring mag-conduct ng audit sa lahat ng tanggapan ng opisina ay ang Commission on Audit. Kaya yung resolution number 10, that is also unconstitutional. Hindi pwedeng magpatuloy yung resolution number 10 sapagkat hindi mo pwedeng kapunin ang kapangyarihan ng Commission on Audit. I think
Attorney
Jamie
Jamie.
will also reply.
To the same question?
Yes, sir.
Una sa lahat, na ang amin laging pinaglalaban nila Attorney Vic at ng buong PTP Laban slate, no, is to go back to basics. Kailangan natin bumalik sa konstitusyon, no? Tulad nga na sinabi na Attorney Vic, mali naman yung liquidation by certification. Yung sinasabi niyo kung paano pag kami ay nangailangan, no? Hindi naman kami mangangailangan in that sense. Kasi po kami po ay naninindigan na mali ang pork barrel, halimbawa. No? Hindi naman tama ang post-enactment legislator participation na tinatawag sa Bellica versus Ochoa. Kaya gagawin po namin ang trabaho ng senador na constituency, representation, legislation sa tama pong paraan. Hindi po kami mangangailangan at hindi po kami luluhod sa kahit sinong kapangyarihan dahil ang kapangyarihan namin nagkagaling lang dun sa sana mga boboto sa amin. Back to basics po.
Thank you.
You may want to answer the question, your platform running for Senate.
Now,
Yeah, because it was asked for.
well, very eloquently, Attorney Vic has already stated, first of all, yung aming shared vision of making sure that the budget is responsive to the needs of the people. Walang hausyaw dapat. Pero syempre, meron po kami mga personal na bills na gustong alagaan. Halimbawa, ako, I am totally against hospital detention. Yun ang una kong gustong asikasuhin, yung Anti-Hospital Detention Act. We have to amend that RA 9439. Kasi nga, lalo na po ngayon na nakikita natin, hindi na nga nababayaran ng PhilHealth yung ating mga medical bills. Yung iba, kinukulong pa dahil hindi makabayad, kinukulong sa ospital. Kaya ako to lagi pinag-uusapan, kahit na hindi siya yung pinakamainit na balita. Kasi po 6 years ako sa pagpupos. At 6 years po, dumuhod ang mga pasyente sa amin, humihingi po ng medical assistance, nakakulong sa ospital, hindi namin matulungan. So that is one of my pet legislations.
Thank you po.
Question po. Daily Soil from One News. Yung nangyari po nga sa CIDG, sa Imuha, sir?
Yes.
Can you expound on what happened, sir? Kung sa ipangita nila, kung sa tuyot sila sa Imuha. Ikaw ang ikaw na mong cellphone?
Yes, siguro to start the story, I am part of the Maiso Code Group that's been building this in the last 3 days na magkaroon tayo ng big rally. So, indignation rally, isa yun. At saka isa rin ako sa yung 40 vloggers na tinatawag ng Quadcom at saka nung Tricom for the second time last February 18 para i-investigate, but we understand it is a persecution at ipahiya at we expect that we will be cited in contempt. So that's the background. Now, with all that background, I really did not expect na I think there was a time that I shared a post by Jason Sanat. Mr. CIDG Chief Tory was sick And I was just saying, is this true? Yun lang ang sinabi ko. I just shared the post. Tapos na sinabi na agad ni Tory na he will file a cyber libel case against me and Jason Sa. But I forgot about it because that was months ago. Then suddenly, yesterday, from setting up the stage sa rally natin, I went home at around 11:30. By 11:45, at least a dozen of police personnel, CIDG personnel, came to my house. Sa third floor na, nakapasok na sila. Tapos they said, okay, we have a warrant, search warrant, and don't give us your cell phone and your computers. And they barged in like very forcefully. Tapos we cannot move. My wife, Tita, was really reacting. But while she was shouting and telling them that what's going on, talagang sinabi niya, we will arrest you. Parang tutulayan na natin to, bibit-bitin na natin to. Sabi ko, I need my lawyers. I need you need to give me the time to have my lawyers around kung paano niyo ako abusuhin. At talagang inabuso ako. Nung kinuha yung cellphone ko, mismo sila may laptop, instead of seizing it and preserving it as an evidence kung may cyber libel man ako na crime, they put a laptop on my table and they even used the electricity, and for 3 hours they tried to probe and download all the content of my cell phone. I said, I object on that activity because you're not supposed to probe or check without the supervision of the court. Kasi ebidensya yan eh. What if you plant something in it? Tapos ang dami kong kaibigan na tulad natin. We are normal citizens that are expressing our disagreement with the government. So, despite my objection, talagang ginawa nilang harap-harapan for 3 to 4 hours. I cannot do anything because they won't allow me to touch my phone.
Do you think, sir, it has something to do with you organizing the Maisog Rally?
It's very obvious because the warrant was signed February 20, and we started saying we will have a rally by I think 19 and 17, 18. But I was not really making it very formal at the time. I said there's going to be a rally because I am not the one in control of the rally. I am just part of the core group. Tapos it is a developing activity. Kasi when we heard na walang darating, baka we might not pursue. It just happened that when we float the idea, help, support, and yung encouragement keep coming. Kaya we were able to come up with this big event, and in fact, we're very happy to have the Duterte candidates coming in because this is para bang kumbaga reinforcement too. We need help. Cebuano needs to be also seen as a very important factor sector of Philippines. Hindi lang so we're very happy. We have Tatay Digong coming. We are very happy Attorney Bundok, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, and I believe yung advocacy nila, yung objective nila are aligned with our Cebuano and Filipino ordinary citizens, and of course with Duterte. So we're very happy to have this.
Sir, ang imong cellphone laptop confiscate from kinsa na unit, sir?
Ako ang unit, duha ka unit ako.
Kinsa na unit ang nag-operate?
CIDG, I think Manila. They sent a colonel, lieutenant colonel, and a major, and all these guys. They said cybertech na group. Draco, yes, and yes, and they tried to really. I suspect may apat sila na tao na naka-live all the time, and I think some gods are watching me enjoying the activity na talagang I was caught off guard. Tapos I think nag-live sila and I think they are trying to download my data and put it online directly to Manila. So sa mga friends ko, I am not hiding anything. There's nothing that I'm hiding, pero sa Facebook na June Abines and Ernest Abines, I was able to retrieve control, but I suspect they are spying on it and unfriend me or yung mga, if you send messages, be careful with your jokes or anything because the enemy is already watching. We are under silent martial law.
So naasa ilaaron ang custody sa imong cellphone sir, naasa ilaaron sir.
Again,
Cellphone nimo and laptop na gyapon sa ilaaron.
andon sa kanila yung cellphone and I maybe my lawyer, Attorney Ellen can help.
The cell phone and the PC, the desktop of
Yes.
desktop of Sir June Abines is already in the possession of the PNP forces. I don't know if it's coincidence or not. But one of the my support team's account also got hacked just less than an hour after, and we noticed that our data on the who are coming was also shifted around as to the seating arrangements. So we had to redo everything. Can you imagine our VVIP and VIP listings? So I don't know if it's coincidence, but it seems very odd that her account should be hacked and then it's the rally data that should be interfered with.
The first
Yeah.
activity.
The first, yeah. So if you're asking us, do you think the search into Sir June Abines' home was motivated because of this rally? Then there's a very, very big possibility that it is.
Good afternoon, Rowena from DYRF, Sir June and attorney. With this kanang kalimukan sa CIDG towards the Sir June, wala ba din nakapahuyang or nakapakurat sa maisog Cebu, labi na wa ba di kahadlok ninyo, kaling giingon ninyong magpangharas?
At first, it was shocking. Pero as na-subside na, I said, okay, those people were just ordered by the evil boss. So, wala na ko maglagot atong nang abusar sa ako because naamay nagsugog yun nila. Yes, I was shocked, but I'm not afraid. The worst that can happen to me is, of course, get killed. And anything that we fight, if it's very valuable, you cannot offer laway. Dili yun ni madaog laway, lawas o katarungan. You have to shed something valuable. And I'm willing, kung naay na po nga unang maihaw, I don't care appeal ko because that will be an honor. Kay kasagaran sa ato sige na lang tagpanalaw. If you live with fear, you die 1,000 times.
Doon na ba'y lakang pagabuhaton against or gikan sa inyong answer? Or attorney?
It's a continuing fight for transparency, accountability, peace, and security. We have not planned that far ahead, but the only thing we know is we will keep pushing for that goal. So if you ask, have we become discouraged? No. We have become even more encouraged because sino naman ang papansin sa'yo if you are not effective at what you're doing? So maybe we are reaching more people than we think we are, and they know it. So keep on fighting. Someone's fighting back, so you must be pushing forward.
Sir John, aside from Attorney Irene as your legal counsel, who are the others or volunteers